Today, I'm going to be building a live edge end table in less than 2 minutes. First step is to remove all the bark and slowly take it off, or else it will flake off over time. Once the bark is removed, I can mark out spots that need to be filled with epoxy and cover those with the clear epoxy so it prevents staining the wood. Then I pick out any of the excess bark in the little knots and fill them with black epoxy. Once they're filled with black epoxy, I can use a scraper to scrape off the excess epoxy and sand them with 60 grit sandpaper. Once the table is sanded, I pick out any bark that was left in the knots. Now I start to work on the table leg, cutting the table leg wood to size and cutting them to length. Once all the table legs are cut to length, I sand them, put pocket holes in them, and glue them together. Once it's put together, I sand it again. I cut out a template on the laser cutter to drill holes in it, and then I sand it again. Once the table leg has been sanded to 180 grit, I can apply the hard wax oil finish. Now that the table leg is finished, I can glue the miter together, and then sand the top once, and then sand the live edge. Once the live edge is sanded, I can start drilling holes in the base for the threaded insert. Once the holes are drilled, I install the threaded inserts using epoxy. Now I sand the top, bottom, sides, and edges using 80, 120, and 180 grit. I also round over and sand all the edges. Then I just apply the hard wax oil finish to the whole table, and now all I do is attach the leg and the table is done. And that's it, the end table is done. This took me over 120 hours to make, and there were a lot of small details I couldn't put in here, and a lot of small things that I did to the table that I didn't show, so thanks for watching.